new Monmouth poll out today put the president's approval rating at 41%, which extends his streak as the only president in the history of the United States to never crack 50% approval. Trump was confronted by that stat during a recent interview in which he said, quote, "I think my base is so strong, I'm not sure that I have to do that." He told Time magazine after being asked whether he should reach out to swing voters. Phil, I'm going to go back to you because you've been following this campaign so closely. What does that messaging tell you about Donald Trump? That Democrats are falling over each other to try and figure out how to continue to expand the base, and the president doesn't seem interested in doing that at all.
No, I mean, but that fits with the president's strategy since day one, that it is not about winning over America, uniting us, bringing us all together, having us have a moment of unity, and then being able to build a bipartisan legislative agenda. For the president and his team, this has always been about red meat, appealing to the loudest corner of the Republican Party and crowding out any naysayers. And he thinks in his calculation that it's enough. He told my colleagues that he's always been a gambler and he's gone with his instinct. And in talking with the team around him, his team has basically stopped trying to guide that and shape that. And now they're just taking their cues. Whatever he blows up, they run through the breach. And that is what one senior official told my colleagues for that
Well, that's
story.
interesting, Nancy. Maybe they'll run through the breach. Do they believe it's a strategy worth following? Do they agree with the president in that strategy? Or they're, hey, we're Team Trump, we're going forward?
Well, I think the campaign is always very quick to defer to the president and say he is their strategist, he is their communications leader. And while he has this rhetoric, that he doesn't need to appeal to people and he has his base, my reporting shows that the campaign really does know that they have to reach out to a wider swath of voters. And you see that through a bunch of things. Vice President Mike Pence is going to be in Miami on Tuesday ahead of the Democratic debates, and he's going to be unveiling a list of prominent Hispanic and Latino business executives and supporters. They're looking to corner more Hispanic voters heading into 2020 with the hope that that could expand the electoral map. The campaign is building an app. They're obsessed with data and trying to figure out electronically how to stay in touch with voters, how to stay in touch with volunteers and motivate them. And so I think that they really do see the idea of courting voters, particularly in key states like Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Michigan. They see those states as places that they do have to win over voters. So, Trump can say all he wants, this bombastic rhetoric that, his base is with him and that's all he needs. But I think if you ask his top campaign advisors, they know that that's not entirely the case.
Phil, that new Monmouth poll shows that a majority of Americans would not reelect Donald Trump. Is he betting on a strategy in which it's a simple electoral college strategy? Because that for months, more than a year after the election, the president would hand out maps of his electoral college success. Maybe he's just figured out that that's all he has to do.
Well, maybe, but we're also 16 months away from anyone actually having to decide that. And until there's really a nominee, all of these hypothetical will Trump win or will he not have very limited utility. But it does tell us that there's an opportunity for Democrats, if they can figure out how to run against Trump and not run against each other and tear themselves apart next Wednesday and Thursday on this network. There is a way for that number to become a reality.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.